Welcome back to another episode of the Youth Academy Career Mode here in Season 6, the beginning of Season 6. Our last episode, we wrapped up the first season in the Premier League, in which we went ahead and finished 17th, 1 point survival from the Premier League. We nearly got demoted or relegated right back into the championship, and which would have been a cakewalk. Now, here is our team as it stands. And you can see our new home jersey right now as well. We have Weber, Jacobs, Laird, Davey. Davey's back in the starting 11, coming back from loan. McGovern back to Genoa. We have Evans, Acuna, Evans, Petit, Young, Fisher, Moyano in the mid. We have Pinto, John, Neil, Bucard. We have Hernandez, who's back in as well. We have Barnett, who's back from loan as well. And a lot of players actually back from loan as well. Now, we did only lose one player freely, which was McGovern, that loanee. I have transfer listed a couple of players, just some deadwood players. A lot of the cams, actually, I have transfer listed because we do have a lot of cams. As far as these players go, I'm going to start being a lot stricter with some of these players in this youth academy, just like list. Like here, Joseph Herbert, he's never going to get game time as well. Adriano Neves, he might actually get game time, so that's a real possibility. This guy's potential is not great, so he will not. Daniel Correa, he potentially could, 70 years old. Now, he is still, obviously, these are actually automatically promotable as well, since they are 15. I do have that. This guy, I mean, I'm going to keep him around, but he is another cam added to the list. This guy will not be because he's already worse than the 15-year-old. This guy, Obama Fayetta, we are really, just squad deathing the hell out of these players. So a lot of these players we are releasing. Now, 2 players that we will be promoting into the squad. Evaristo Rosales, we are going to go ahead and promote him and actually try and loan him out. Same here with Liam Morgan. Now, I am more interested in Rosales because he looks like a better player. He is a better player already. So I am going to go ahead and bring these 2 in and instantly loan list them to try and get them some more experience in another team because they might not have that much experience in this team. Maybe. We'll see what happens, though. Anything's possible. Now, talking about our youth academy, we have sent out our teams, our 3 nations already. We went to Germany for 3 months. We went to Saudi Arabia for 3 months to see what they can give us. And then we went to Brazilian on Playmaker for 3 months. I am going to be extremely cutthroat into the squad. We're really at the point where we don't really need the youth academy. We can have the youth players that's in the game as it is. And talking about that, we have $200 million to spend. Somebody who I was obviously interested in bringing in for this season was Sam Bryan. I believe he's actually one of our OG players that was almost going to Aston Villa. We sold him to Fleetwood for $890K back in Season 2. I think it was Season 2 or Season 3 when we sold him. He is interested. Well, he's not interested. I'm interested in bringing him back in. However, Pinto is somebody who I'm actually interested in keeping, as well as Weber, to be honest, because I liked Weber. I like Pinto. So Sam Bryan, he has a decent spot, but he also doesn't really have another player that we are interested in bringing in is Jude Cunningham. We do have 2 right wingers at the moment in Davey and Neil. We could sell Neil, we could sell Davey, and bring in one of these guys in as well. He looks awesome, and honestly, this guy might be a Bukayo Saka pre-gen. Obviously, Bukayo Saka has not retired, but this could be a Bukayo Saka pre-gen. Obviously, possible. Matthias Scholes, I believe this is a Tony Cruz region in all honesty, so we won't possibly be going after him. I would rather keep our midfielders that we have at the moment, maybe. And then, if honestly, he's kind of last choice, but he is free, so he is there as well. Fabio Martins is somebody we could bring in as well. 20 years old at 79, not the best. We do need a backup left back because we do not have a backup left back anymore. So Edek Khan could be our backup left back. He could be coming in for a free. Musa Mbamba, if I'm not mistaken, this is Koulibaly regen. We probably won't bring him in. John Akelia, he is young and decent at 79, at 19 years old. We can bring him in. And then somebody who's more realistic option at center mid from free agents is Mateo Alvarez, who's somebody we could also bring in as well. I am going to advance as well. We do have $200 million to spend. I'm not going to spend that. That's still from the Hoffman deal as well. That is kind of from the Hoffman deal. I'm not going to spend that at all. We are going to start heading. We're going to see what we can sell first, see what clubs come after some of our players. John, I am going to go ahead and try and loan him out, get him game time. I did just promote him just to promote him last season, to be honest. We get a transfer offer. Well, hold on. Let me go through this. We get transfer offers and loan offers for a couple players. Morgan, one of the players we just bought in, I'm loan offering him. I'm loaning him out, hopefully to Marseille. Hopefully that goes through. Jasper John, obviously y'all know that. Josh Jensen, I have accepted a $9.5 million offer for him to go to Seattle Sounders. I'm fine with that. Celia, I'm fine with selling him for $2.9 million as well. Davey, I went ahead and delegated a deal. Honestly, I'm not interested in selling him at all, but if they come back with around 70 to 80 million, I will possibly think about it. Now, Laurent Fisher, he's been with us from almost nearly the beginning. We did sign him for a free though. I'm interested in selling him at 22 years old. He is 80 overall. I am very interested in selling him. Now, I'm assuming his contract is expiring, so we are going to probably have to sell him for relatively cheap. So a 24 million offer. I'm going to try and go in and see if I can get 30 million. It is going to be a little bit harder to get that much money because of his contract probably expiring. I'm going to offer them 31 million. See what they say. They are wanting 24. I'm going to go down to 30 and see what they say about that. Obviously, I expect them to decline this. I'm expecting maybe 27 if I can get 27. If I can get 26, actually. 26 is more. They might walk out. We were optimistic. Okay, he walks out. I'm down to selling him, but it's going to have to be for the right amount of money. I might go, actually, talking about that, I should probably go extend some contracts now, just in case we get transfer offers from some bigger players. And Emmanuel Silla is the first one to be sold for $2.9 million. I mean, he didn't really have anything else to really do here at the club, but he has been sold. He is gone. It's a good bit of money added to our total budget. Offer for Jack Laird. This is what I've been talking about these last couple of episodes. Getting a offer from a big club for Jack Laird. We could be open to selling him and bringing back in Steele and making him our number one. But we are going to need almost Hoffman type numbers for this guy. I'm literally talking like 200 flat for Jack Laird if he is to be unsold. 22 years old at 86 overall. Look, I can understand we can offer 200 million to make the deal happen. My assistant wanted me to offer 180 max, or not 180. It was like 173 max. But they should have accept 200 million. Jack Laird might be going out for 200 million. Is this Jack Laird? No, it's not. This is Juicy John going out on loan to Cagliari, whatever, for the next season. Goes Jack Laird. Is this Jack Laird or is this Josh Jensen? That was Liam Morgan. Never mind. Okay, maybe not yet. That was Liam Morgan going out on loan. There's Josh Jensen going out for the Seattle Sounders for $9.5 million. Did Jack Laird go through? Jack Laird has gone through for $200 million to Chelsea Football Club. That is absolutely insane. We say goodbye to another big player that was part of us from the beginning almost. And Jack Laird, gone. Harrison Steele's going to have to come back in. And so, Harrison Steele comes back from loan. He's actually a green +2 on his loan spell already at Liverpool. He comes back into the squad. He is our number one man. Can I prove his work rate? So Steele is now our number one left wing. And Barnett, I transfer listed him just to see if I can get an offer. He is now our number one, our number two player as well. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That's interesting to say the least. We are going in for a replacement cam for the potentiality of the selling of either Moyano or even Fisher. or maybe just better squad depth as well to also replace Yas Janssen. Nicholas Barrios, 18 years old, 77 overall. He wants a rotational role. I am perfectly fine with that. We are going to offer him a 5-year contract. Obviously, yes, no release clause. He wants 14K with an appearance bonus. I'm not going to do the appearance bonus. He's going to want probably around 20K. It's not what he was hoping for actually at all, but he will come in for a free as squad that Nicolas Barrios will join the squad for free. Welcome to the team. And Rosales has been loaned out. One of the players that we just brought into the squad, he has been loaned out to Fiorentina for the season. And Rubo Pinto has been sold to Sampdoria for 26.2 million as well. In for one of our previous own, we are about to spend a lot of money for a player that we sold for less than 1 million in season 2. We are going to offer them for 64.5 million for Sam Bryan. We'll keep the release clause on because I guess it doesn't really matter that much, but Sam Bryan the club has accepted that 664.5 million. We are going to go ahead and negotiate straight away to make sure he actually comes to the squad. He will be our Pinto replacement. He will also challenge Weber for the starting 11. They are pretty much the same rating, exactly almost the same rating. I'm hoping he doesn't want Crucial. He does want Crucial. That's fine, honestly. I guess I'll give him Crucial. Him and Weber will be playing a lot. I did enjoy Pinto a lot, but Weber and Bryan, is he going to accept 20K? There's no way he's going to accept 20K. He'll accept 50K though, surely, right? 53K, and for 15 goals, he wants $1.5 million. That won't happen. It's not quite what the lad was expecting, but he will obviously accept that. He will join the squad. Sam Bryan rejoins the squad from Fleetwood Town. For this time, they bought him for a very low amount of money, and they sold him for 60 million back to the same exact club that they bought him from. We are also going to go ahead and go in for a right wing replacement in I think it's Jude Cunningham, from Arsenal, that right wing player, Jude Cunningham. 26.5 million value at 18 years old, 81 overall. We are going to go ahead and offer them, this is going to be a little bit controversial, I guess, maybe if you're watching this, but we are going to go ahead and offer him, do we offer him Neil? I'm really interested in offering him Neil. I don't like Neil at all. I haven't really liked Neil at all. That's why we bought in McGovern. That's why we had Davey. That's why we had Steele playing over him. We are going to offer them Tommy Neal. Honestly, they might accept this straight away because they want Nicholas Barrios plus 20 million. I don't really want to bring him in unless we... I don't really want to bring him in unless we go ahead and, you know, like, sell either... Even Davey. Will they accept Davey? I don't really want to get rid of Davey, but I'm honestly hoping they decline this. I mean, yeah, they decline this. They walk out. They want 38 million. I'm in negotiation. I'm either gonna have to either sell Neil or just keep Neil and not bring in Cunningham. And we are going to bring in the left back that I said we were going to bring in, Eric Hahn. He is going to come, or Erich Hahn. He is going to come into the squad for a free. He will be our backup left back for Harry Young. And, I mean, yeah. I mean, that's pretty much all there is to say to it. And we got our first scouting report of the season. We're kicking off with Brazil and Leonardo Cardoso. He is not good enough. Almadia is not good enough. Philip da Costa, 60 to 80 overall, 77, 2.4 million. We will bring him in and see what he is about. Alves is no. This guy, Carlos Ramos, 1.3 million. We'll bring him in and just see what he's about. Honestly, I am being very cutthroat with these players, so they might get signed to the youth academy, but they might get instantly released upon inspection of them. But other than that, Saudi Arabia does not give me anything. I figured that was going to be the case. That's why we didn't go to them last season. And then we went to Germany, I think for the second time in our career mode series, and they do not give us anything as well. So only Brazil giving me 2 players to kick this season off, and it is in fact, can I just do balance? It is Ramos and Da Costa. Da Costa a center mid, possibly a cam, possibly anything, possibly a center back or a center defensive mid, or even like left mid. He's looking like a CM, to be honest. We are going to just improve his central midfield stats just to have him on something. And then Carlos Ramos, he is looking like a winger or a cam. He is really looking like a winger, I can't lie. I am going to change him to, I'm going to change him to a right winger. But I don't need wingers. I really don't need wingers. But we'll see what he's about in 2 weeks' time. And that is that for our scouting report. Ibrahim Sidibe has been sold to Austin FC for $2.35 million. He just didn't have a future at the club. Did he even play a single game? How many games has he played? I can literally check here, actually. Where is Sidibe? Sidibe. He has played 2 seasons, 1 game. He's played 1 game in 2 seasons. He is gone from the club for $2.35 million to Austin FC. Next player we are going after is another midfielder option, Alejandro Vargas from West Ham, 21 years old, 80 overall, a centering defensive mid. I am on the verge of actually selling Fisher, so this guy will instantly replace him if obviously that Fisher deals go through. I'm going to offer them $22 million, see what they say. They accept that instantly. I wonder if his contract is expiring then, because that was actually relatively close to his value. We are going to go ahead and bring him in. We're also going to go ahead and bring in Johan Keller. I'm also close to selling Parker. So Johan Keller is going to join to the squad, and he's going to instantly battle Acuna and Petit because they both got comfortable last season, and they started messing up towards the end of the season, in which really put us in a relegation fight, in which we really didn't have to be. We had the squad to not be in that fight, but it did happen. So here we are trying to improve our defensive capabilities there by hopefully bringing in Keller. They keep wanting Barrios. That's just not happening. I don't know what Barrios' value was, so I'm offering him $22 million. They want $27 million plus a 10% selling clause. I really don't want that selling clause, but maybe it'll help us get over the edge with a cheaper deal. They will go ahead and think about that. And in the meantime, while they think about that, we will bring in Alejandro Vargas into the squad. He will probably be wanting crucial. He wants important. I'll accept important for now, but he might be a crucial player later on in a matter of days, to be honest. But here we go. He doesn't want a release clause. That is perfect. I'm perfectly fine with that. He's gonna probably want 40K. Will he accept 40K? He should accept 40K. That's a reasonable offer. Okay, Alejandro Vargas joins the squad for $20 million. And boot card has been sold for $6.91 million. We are getting rid of the cams. I think that might be the last cam we have. No, we have Burgess that we still have to really get rid of. But he has been sold for $6.91 million. That's a really weird transfer offer. We could have made three more million, but I don't care. Y'all know that. Dylan Parker has been sold to Real Betis for $14.5 million. Our squad that might be getting a little bit thin. I think I might have sold too many players, but I am bringing in another center back, hopefully. But he has been sold for $14.5 million for Real Betis. And there he is talking about bringing him in. Johan Keller will join the squad. He is Dylan Parker's replacement as far as squad depth goes, but he is going to challenge Acuna and Petit for that starting center back spot, because obviously y'all know how if y'all watched the last episode and the last 2 episodes, really, he's been horrific. Well, they have been horrific. So hopefully he can fire them up and maybe make them a lot better than what they were towards the end of the season. Laurent Fisher has been sold to Atalanta for $26.4 million. He has gone. He has done a fantastic service for us, but he is gone now. I mean, he just did his job. He's gone. I mean, there's nothing really more to it. Obviously, we have Vargas, who's going to take his spot, and then Ambadios, who's now going to take the substitute spot in that situation. But he's gone to Bergamo Calcio, aka Atalanta, for 26.4 million. And so here is the starting 11 going into the season, really the squad going into the Premier League season, our second season in the Premier League. We have Weber, who's staying as a striker. We have Steele starting now as our starting left wing. Jacobs as our cam. Davey returned to the club as our starting right wing. Vargas and Moyano as a new duo in the midfield. Young, Petit, Acuna. Evans stays as our back line, and Evans stays as a goalkeeper. On the bench, we have old man Sam Bryan, old man Barnett. We have Neo Hernandez back from loan. Barrios, a new player that we bring in. Hahn, a new left back we bring in, as well as Keller, a new center back that we bring in as well. As far as the rest of the reserves, a bunch of really non-playing players, but we'll see what happens with them. We have Chelsea as our first game of the season. And then we have Tottenham, and then we have Arsenal. It's a very tough start to the season in the Premier League. I mean, it's rough. It's rough out here. That's all I'm gonna say. And we're playing against Jack Leard as our first game, playing against our former player that we just sold for 200 million. Let's get into it. Let's see if the Steele versus Jack Leard debate or battle.
Arsenal and West Ham United midfield man Stuart.
We're at home. We actually have a new stadium as well. It's not much bigger of a stadium, but it does allow 5K more players into the squad. And I totally forgot to show you our jerseys, but here is our home jersey, and Steele fouled early on.
And you would expect a booking under the circumstances.
Vargas, his first look on the ball. Steele.
And he's going to have to be careful now.
Young wins the header, clears up the field. Here is Weber. Weber might have a chance to finally break against the run of play. They have 5 shots on target. Evans has 5 saves. And here comes Weber. He might get 1 shot. He might score. No. Straight at Kepper and saved. Moyano wins the header. Jacobs now in for Weber. Weber over the top for Steele. Touch, shot with Harrison Steele. He's into the starting 11, and he's into the scoring berth early against the run of play. It's 1-0 for Wakefield. Young, Moyano, Weber. Can he find Steele's? No, Doku did well to defend him off of it. Here comes Reece James now. They literally had the momentum for nearly, not nearly, the whole entire game. Besides, we scored on these 2 attacks that we had. Here's Doku now on the ball. Doku looking to go out wide, but Vargas says no, and Vargas, he's going to look to find Davey. Osimhen. Doku. Petit can't win the ball. That's the problem with Petit, I said, and that's the problem with Evans. What was Evans doing there?
A goal for Chelsea, who've got themselves on level terms.
That's the problem with that's why we bought in Kellier, because right there, Petit did well, Acuna did poorly, Petit did poorly, Acuna did poorly. Evans going the other way. Osimhen has an easy tap in to the near post, and it's 1-1.
Following the goal that made things level.
Doku, Enzo Fernandez, 2-1 for Chelsea. They take the lead back, and we are in trouble once again. Pogba, Enzo Fernandez. Out wide now for Jack Leard. Jack Leard against his former club, against Petit. He'll cross it in for Osimhen. That's save, but Doku's on the rebound. It's 3-1 for Chelsea going into the break. Plus 5 minutes, but they scored on, plus 2 minute add on, but they scored on plus 5. Osimhen. Acuna is there. He slide tackles the other way. The shot comes in. It's 4-1. No, it's not. He's offside. Acuna literally slid the other way. What is my game doing right now? Vargas, Hernandez, out wide for absolutely no one because Edwards intercepts. That will fall to Laris. That will fall to Osimhen, who's in behind, and Osimhen has an easy tap, and it's 4-1. Get me out of this game. We lose 4-1 to Chelsea in our first game of the season. Shambolic performances from us. Last signing of the summer for sure. We are going back in for Jude Cunningham. I did not sell Neil. I did not save Davey. But I am going to bring in Cunningham and just accept that Neil might get unhappy. We are going to transfer list him if he's not transfer listed and still try to sell him. There's a decent couple, like a week, 2 weeks or 3 weeks left in the league to be able to sell Neil. But we will bring in Jude Cunningham into the squad from Arsenal, and he will be our backup player for Davey. And he might be even good enough to challenge Davey for that starting spot. But Jude Cunningham coming in for relatively cheap as an 18-year-old. Dominus Burgess has been sold for $5.8 million to Victoria. That is the final cam that we wanted to sell. Gone. Took a long enough. Next game up is against Tottenham, but I'm honestly not gonna play it. I'm just coming in here to show y'all the kits. Y'all obviously have seen our away kit, our home kits there. And our away kit, we kind of went with a baby blue, black, like a hallucination type of kit. Kind of, I don't know, it kind of looks weird. I don't really like the top right part of it where the badge is, but other than that, I kind of like the big section of it. But yeah, that's that. And then I like the theme of the last third kit from last season, with that kind of like funky design. So we went with a similar design, and we are going with purple and kind of goldish, yellowish. It looks a lot yellow right there, but on the actual thing, like the actual switcher, it looks a lot more gold. But I really like that kit. I don't really like the purple shorts, but we are going to go ahead and quick sim this game against Tottenham, and we are going to go ahead and win 2-1. Cunningham, he gets onto the game in his first game, and he'll score on his debut. Steele also scoring there. It could have been 2-2, but Gravenberg missed his penalty, and they get a consolation goal in the 82nd minute. So we pick up our first win of the season against a Big Six club. And then Arsenal, we are going to go ahead and quick sim it to end the episode. I only had enough time to play one game. It's a 3-2 win. Hernandez comes on in the 47th and scores in the 83rd to give us a win. Steele also on the score sheet, as well as Harry Young, our left back. It's looking great. It's there. It's great. It's awesome. Another win. We have 2 wins now, 1 loss. We sit in 6th. We are not going to go ahead and sell any more players, so I can honestly just go ahead and quick sim all the way into the first, get in one more scout report, and end the episode. And we are going to kick it off with Germany this time, and Jonas Sommer, 975k, not good enough. I'm being very cutthroat. Germany, again, looking like another disappointment. Maybe a glimmer of hope with that first dude. Saudi Arabia, just looking at these overalls, just glancing at them, this is going to be absolutely horrific. I'm honestly happy for next month when we get it back. I'm over with Saudi Arabia because that has been piss poor. Brazil, they gave us 2 players last time, and it's looking like they'll give us no players this time around. 5-star scouts just aren't doing the job as they should. But that will be the end of this episode. We end it in 8th with 2 wins and 1 loss. 6 goals for, 7 goals against. When we come back, Premier League action, see what we can do, board objectives as well. Until then, leave a like, subscribe, and peace out.